We're live, but the countdown is on.
All right.
We is live.
Can we eat online?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. Let's get it.
What's up, beautiful people?
Welcome.
Okay, come through with the energy. Okay, welcome to the Daffy Show, everyone. And of course, to this week's The Breakdown with Biodun and with Jem. And I'm going to have another guest, but she's not here yet. So we'll see how that goes. The go slow that is outside, traffic jam.
I know everybody's outside now. It's crazy.
The outside is alive and well right
You
now.
want to know something, though?
Mhm.
I testify to the goodness of God upon the life of Florida. There's no traffic in
Shanda.
Florida. I mean, there's traffic, but like people are just driving like easy going.
Breezy.
The easy breezy
Shout
life.
out to the easy
Shout
breezy
out to the easy
life.
breezy
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes.
So how would tell me? Okay, but you know what? Before we jump into that, okay. So if you're watching this video, just go like. Just click the thumbs up and subscribe to get notifications for future videos. There's a lot in store. There's a lot coming. Shout out to Jem. Jem, have I said that I said I God bless. I bless God for you.
Yes,
Have
you
I
have.
have,
Yes, you
have
have.
I told you that this week?
No,
So shout out to
yes, you have.
Jem.
Yes, you have actually.
And if I'm going to shout out Jem, I have to shout out Oyin too.
Package deal.
Because it's a package deal. So shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. So if you're watching, make sure you drop a comment. I'm passionate about the immigrant life. I'm passionate about my faith. I'm passionate about community building. I'm also passionate about comments. Have I said that recently?
No,
I'm
you
also
haven't.
passionate about comments. So
You have to know.
make sure you leave a comment. Anywho, so definitely subscribe to the Daffy Show. The Breakdown with Biodun is just one of the programs that go on the channel. The goal for the channel is to have 1,000 subscribers by the month of June, the end of June. So let's make it happen.
Where's the
Where's
anointing
my
oil?
oil? Where is this oil? These
Where's the
people have
anointing
come to
oil?
carry it. I don't know.
The
Eh?
enemies.
The enemies have come, but
They will not
they
prevail.
failed at the gate. They will
They
not
will not
prevail.
prevail.
Anyway, the goal is 1,000 subscribers at the end of June. So let's make it happen. Send the links to your friends, put it in your DMs, just let them know, let them know. Anyway, going to just jump into it until let's see if our other guest is able to make it. If she's not, I know there will be a good reason because there will be a
Close
good
up.
reason. Yeah. So, what are we starting with? We are starting with so there's news, right? That why are you opening your eyes?
I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued. That's good. So there's news that, the Billy and Melindy situation was not as, you know, innocent as we all thought because yes, because when it first happened, they're like, okay, we've been together 27 years and we're just not together anymore because of reasons that some people were like, oh, if this is how people grow apart, then I don't want to be married. Some people were like 27 years and then it's done, then I'm not going to be a part of that. And then as time went on, oil started to flow the way it will always, flow. Started hearing stuff about, oh, during the holidays, he used to spend time with this particular lady. We were like,
Wait, I'm
so
coming.
then,
I'm coming. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm coming.
okay, no problem. Go and come back. So anyway, we started hearing that that he would spend time with this particular lady. Then some guys, right, started to talk about how rich men can't be faithful. All rich men, even when they have one wife, they have somebody else in the background. There was that. There was that. They were using that as an excuse for wealthy men or even men in general, cheating on their wives. They said every rich man has somebody on the side that's fulfilling their needs in some kind of way. That started to be a thing that men started to say. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to go and make some tea because this tea is very nice. This gist that you're giving me. This
Okay,
is the first time I hear
I
about
I
it.
hear you. So as if that was it, guys. Don't forget to drop a comment. We want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. So don't forget to drop a comment. Anyway, so as I was saying, so that just came out, right? That he had someone he was spending time with during the holidays, and his wife knew about it. That just came. It started, evaporating, and then this week, or let's say late last week,
Hmm.
found out that um, there had been reports that he had been sending emails to some of the people working for him, like working in his company over the years, and that he would like send them an email and say, "What's up? I'd like to go out on a date with you. What do you think? Are you open to that?"
Hmm.
Right? And
Hmm.
that was a thing, and
Hmm.
that really, I'm not going to lie, that was really, I was like stunned, because I was like, really? Bill the billionaire? We're not talking about Bob the Builder here. Was it Bill really? You don't have game to that
Mm.
extent that you're sending emails to people working under you.
No, that's game. Now that's what you call professional game.
How
There
is
are
that?
different kind
No, no,
of
no, no, no,
game.
no. No, that's
Ah,
not
there are
game.
different kind
That
of
is
game.
no, no, dude, that cannot count as game, because it can't. Because be honest.
This is something that Steve Jobs would do. Yes or no?
But wait. I don't even know. I
Is
don't
it?
know.
Is what
Send
you call.
an email that can be forwarded to somebody else.
No, but like his game now. If you just have your game, you just send email. He will buy the
Uh,
entire email. He will buy Gmail out of that. He will
no,
try
me,
to
me,
send.
I was me, I was even thinking. No, it's office email, not Gmail.
I guess so.
Office email.
How true
That's
is it?
crazy. It's true. No,
It's
okay, I
true.
won't say it's true. I don't know. Allegedly. But I heard that Wall Street Journal and some of the other, like, papers, they've reached out to him for his comment. I'm like, really? You think he's going to,
I, I,
allegedly, you
yeah. I
think he's
mean,
going to say, "Oh yeah, I really emailed"? But this is the thing with, except, he's a nerd. He's a super nerd. Except he's figured out a way to have emails dissolve after they've been sent, or he has, scrapped them in some way.
I can
I
always
don't
find a
know.
stem. So.
But I'm just like, so the reason why I even brought this up was, I'm a woman, right? I
Mhm.
know what it's like to be asked out by your boss. Like, I'm not even going to lie and tell you I don't know. I know what it's like to be asked out by your boss. I know what it's like to be pursued relentlessly by your lecturer in college. Relentless pursuit. I'm talking, you get called into this guy's office. He something rolls off his desk. He's like, "Can you help me pick that? You want to pick it? There's a
Oh
hand. There's
no.
a hand under
Yeah.
your skirt." I'm
Yeah.
talking like relentless pursuits. So I know what that's like. But because this all happened in a country that's not the States, there's a part of you that feels like the game will be different in in a developed place.
Yeah.
But then you find out that people will be people,
True. True.
and in a way, in some situations, they're going to do what they want to do. So
Hmm.
I want to ask you, right? I only know one guy.
Hmm.
Personally, I only know one guy who, we worked in the same organization together, and his boss was, a female, and she
Hmm.
was like really putting pressure on him
Hmm.
to date her, because she
Hmm.
was newly divorced, and he was good looking.
Hmm.
So what do you guys think in that situation? Because while he hold on, because while he was uncomfortable, he was super uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Dorcas said he's a player. So
What's the player?
Billy is a
Being the
player.
player. I'm telling you, it's
Billy,
different levels to this game.
I can't. Look, okay, you know what? Let's come back to this game thing that you're saying, right? Well, you guys are from Mars and we're from Venus, or wherever they say. Anyway, so his friends were like, "What? Why are you even hesitating? You should hit that. You should do this." But he was very uncomfortable because she was like way older than him, and then he had someone that he was dating. If not, maybe
Oh.
he could have said, maybe he could have said, I'm single and she's single and age is nothing but a number. He could have pulled
Mm,
that, right?
mm,
But he had someone he was engaged to and he
mm,
was serious about, and he wasn't attracted to this woman,
mm.
right? So what I want to ask is, with you guys, what do you really really think when an older woman who's a boss is like hitting on you? Let's remove what the friends are saying. When it's personal, what do you think?
Um, well, I haven't really been. I mean,
Experience that.
I've kind of, but not like relentless. Like not
Okay,
like
let's
that.
not okay, let's not say relentless, but there's a pursuit.
I've the one that I actually can remember is like in school. In school, I was hot, man. Oh, nah, man. Back in the days. Oh my
How,
lord.
how long is this that you're saying it back in the days?
But it's been long now. Like
Uh,
8, 7, 10 years ago.
okay, 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Okay.
I was a kid and like, well, minors or whatever. But like the seniors and like, I was like the cute, innocent kid and the smart kid, and everybody liked me and all that. And I had some seniors hitting on me, but that's whatever. But I don't know. I think there's a place of being appropriate at the place of work, and a place of being respectful of the other person. And
Hmm.
having gone through a couple of work relationship seminars and like trainings and things like that, because the world that we are in right now, people really we need to hammer it into people's head before they know how to behave like actual people. So it's not right, especially if it's from if there's a difference in like power level. Like if the boss, for example, now is like more powerful than the guy, and then in the boss
Which of course
is
is
mostly
is
the
the
issue is mostly,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there are things in it that it might seem like it's good, but it can always turn bad. Like if you guys break up or if you do
I
something else
I don't even
and it
okay,
breaks too.
so this is my thing. I don't even think it's good
Hmm.
because I don't even think it's good because if the person really wanted to say no,
Hmm.
could they say no if you had the power to fire them? I'm not saying it if you're do you understand?
Yeah,
You
I'm
have the
always, yeah.
power you have the power to fire someone.
They
So in the
literally have the job in their hands, so
yes,
it's
they
very very.
you literally have, you know, you literally have the power to, and okay, imagine I'm just trying to think, right? With a single girl, it's different. Oh, maybe, maybe he likes me. So the situation will be, is this appropriate? Or it would be, am I attracted to him?
Yeah.
With a married woman, it's, I'm married.
Mm,
Is this appropriate? It
yeah.
is not appropriate.
Yeah.
Does this mean I'm going to lose my job?
Yeah.
That's even another thing.
Yeah.
But I can imagine if you did that with a single mom
Mm,
and it's just her paycheck and maybe
yeah.
she has, more than one kid and she's
Yeah.
thinking, so if I don't do this, what does that mean for my
For my
paycheck?
family, yeah, for for my kids
You
and things
know?
like that. So
So and then
it
yeah,
is
I'm
quite
listening.
it is quite but it is quite I also think it's not as straightforward as some people say it is. I know, as we all know, I mean, she wasn't technically his boss, but she was his senior. Michelle
Mhm.
was Obama's senior at the
Mhm. No,
firm
but
that they were
but
in.
that but that
She was
that's
his
but that's
mentor.
that's different though.
How is that different?
That's different.
How is that?
And
So
I'm where's my book? And I know where she said this thing that you're saying.
how did she
My
say
book
it?
is
How did she
somewhere
say it?
here.
That's not what
Hold
me I
on,
heard.
hold on.
What I heard was
Okay,
that there
no.
was a mentor.
Mhm.
One more, one by
Uh-huh.
they say, please, so help us teach this boy. You, it's just an innocent boy. You should say, this boy is looking fine. I want him to be my
You're
president.
you're You're wrong for this. You're
I'm
you're
wrong.
you're so wrong.
I'm probably
You're
taken
so
out of
wrong.
context. I heard the story from someone that heard the story, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. What I'm saying in essence is that it's very complicated, and it should just be handled with care. But speaking as a guy now, and as we all
Hmm.
know, I am attached,
And
I am tethered,
hmm
I am taken, I am off the market. Nobody's after
hmm
me. I'm not after anybody else apart from what
nobody's
I'm
after me.
after.
I'm not after everybody.
But if I don't know, if someone comes to ask me, I'm fine. I'm okay with dating older people. I don't mind. I don't really care. So I might say yes, and it's kind of hot. So that's it.
I guess I should have known that guys were going to have
Not not
a
not not
different
not
a
every man. Like
different.
some people are more. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know. I think every guy
I
is
see
like
that
that.
I see that you have a bikers club in your backyard.
It might. Yeah, I know. I know. I have a biker club.
anyway, anyway, but I think it is. You are saying different game. I'm thinking it is the absolute lack of game. You have the entire single
But hey, this
population
thing.
of gold diggers available to you, and then you would email your workers. No, you know
It,
what? You know what? I
it,
can't.
I honestly thinking like in this first of all the whole relationship and dating experience is already very very complicated. So now bring it
Mhm.
into a workplace experience, which workplace experience on its own
To
is
now
already
be married,
complicated
you're
on its
even
own.
missing. You're even missing all
Marriage
the.
is
You are
like so
already
there's
married. So it
there's
means
so
if
many
I am. So it means if I am Lola at knack.com, right?
Mhm.
That's a you know
Email.
Outlook, whatever.
Mhm.
And then your wife is also. She also has that. Like you're all in the same.
Yeah,
Really.
but see, what I want to ask two things I want to say in this thing is that
Hmm.
number one,
Okay,
is
say
it
it.
true?
Okay, guys, just for anyone who's joining, we're talking about the Bill and Melinda situation and the latest allegations that he has been emailing people who work under him, and he was allegedly emailing
Allegedly.
people who were emailing people who work for him and saying, "Do you want to go out on a date with me?" and all of that good stuff, or bad stuff, or whatever. So, um, sorry to cut you off.
So, in essence, what I'm trying to say is that two things. Number one, is it true?
Hmm.
How true is this story? Number two, what um is wise view on it? Because you don't know what's going on in their relationship. This is what
Yeah.
that have like. Sorry to bring it up, but like it's like
Hmm.
low hanging fruit that I'm gonna shoot for. The old
Hmm.
Will Smith and Jada thing.
Hmm.
If you heard one side of the story, you say she's a bad person. But if you hear both sides of the story, they had an agreement that she
Okay.
was working out on. It just happened that it happened to leak. We don't know what is going on here. The last time I spoke about this, we said something to the effect of you don't know if these people had been having issues and they didn't want to talk about it. You don't know if these people had been separated
Yeah.
before and they
Hmm.
didn't want to talk about it. Tons and tons of things. And also, like, um this money thing and this fame thing and everything. He did not
Hmm.
help Beyonce. He did not help Jay-Z. They should shit on who they want to shit on, my sister.
Hmm.
Let me tell you the truth is that it's only God.
Even want to bring God into it now, I mean.
I know we always bring God into our
Yeah,
nonsense.
they got it. Yeah,
This is why
okay, it's
God is
really
awesome and God is
good. This
merciful.
guy God is just shaking his head at you
It's just
people.
shaking his head, wherever. So, I don't think all these things. I think there are levels to it until it is definitely like proven
Hmm.
that number one he did these things and that like she didn't know about it.
Okay, I'm not even talking about him now. But I
Hmm.
don't even want to drag this out, right?
We're talking
But I'm
about
not
like the
but I'm not even talking about him right now. I'm just talking about people who would do that.
right,
I just think just so
which
we
there's
don't
a
drag
lot
this
of
out too
people.
much, which there's a lot of people. I think, you know, there's some things that we just need to be careful.
We do.
We just need to I think we just need to be careful. We need to kind of, as human beings and just as individuals, we need to
Right.
figure out what our principles are. If
Right.
you are okay doing stuff like this, fine, right? But if you're just trying it out because somebody you heard that somebody else did it, I'm just going to say, especially if you've not attained the status that, of course, he has attained, I'm just going to say you could be risking everything.
Yeah, sure.
Your small business that you're just building. We've seen people
I
go down
mean,
for
life, so many things.
so many things.
Very risky.
We've seen people go down for stuff like this. So I'm
And you
just
pick
gonna
who you
say,
like, so you can't be like, oh, I can't help myself. That's not.
yeah,
You can.
yeah,
You're a grown person. You can control your emotions.
yeah. Okay. So next thing on the docket that I want to talk about is there's this allegation of a school refusing to let a girl wear a cap to cover her hair, right? So
Like a hijab.
she has alopecia. No, the kid has alopecia.
Okay.
So her hair you know how it is. Alopecia is when your hair is not growing out the way
Right.
that it should be growing. So a person might have patches of hair might be falling out, and the school says no, it's against our rules to you know, to wear a cap to school and all of that stuff. So I guess the argument was you need to be able to bend the rule depending on the issue. Hey Jesse, you need to be able to bend the rule depending on the issue. You cannot just say this is our rule and we're not going to. And so it reminded me of my own situation, just going to school, but in the motherland, going to boarding school, and we also
You want to
this
boarding
I
school?
really. Oh yeah, I went to boarding school
I
from
don't
day
know
one
this.
until the end.
Oh man,
I went to boarding school.
me
My
too.
parents are like out of here. So anyway, so the issue for me was kind of like in my school, right?
Hmm.
The rule was that you had to make your hair. You had to make your hair. Your hair had
Mm,
to be made from Monday to Friday,
mm,
right?
mm,
And girls who were not girls who were Caucasian
mm,
or who had Caucasian blood,
mm,
biracial,
mm-hmm.
they did not have to make their hair. And the rule was and the rule came with this explanation about how their hair is softer, how it does not really how the weather doesn't help, how we're not the same. It was just pure BS, like pure BS. And I remember being so mad because at the time I even had short hair. My hair was so soft that nobody would make it for me because the moment they made it, it would unravel.
Yeah.
So my mom said, you might as well cut it. And anytime I tried to grow it and I would go somewhere, they would be like, look, we can't do this. It's too soft. So to hear them say that they wouldn't let, so it's almost like for me, I think that experience was we were seeing some kind of racism, but right there in my own birth country, like in my own
That's absolutely true.
right. And
That's absolutely
I think that's of course an effect of our colonialist past and us being taught that Caucasians are more valuable, need
then
need to be treated with more care.
yeah.
I think that was how I was raised. Was it different for you? Do you think you had a different experience?
Um, I mean I didn't have Caucasian. Yeah, you even went to better boarding school. Me, I didn't have any Caucasian in my school, so I I don't know. I don't know, but I do agree in the sense of favoritism. I didn't know JC went to boarding school too. That's cool.
Yeah, just said he went to boarding school. Just to let us know your experience in the comments. Let us know what you think.
So yeah, there was definitely favoritism, and there's a sense of. I mean, there are times that you should bend the rules. For example, like maybe it's not an apt comparison, but people that are what do you call them now? I'm looking for the right word for it. Like someone that are using a wheelchair, for example, like you can't put them on the side on the same time restraint as someone that can like run down to come and get their food. So you make different like
Some kind of
yeah,
yeah,
like accommodation for them.
allowance.
But yes, but still, they still need to be there at a particular time. So that means you need to
Mhm.
get ready more before somebody else. You need to make allowances on your
Mhm.
head. Like you need to make compromises. I think
Yeah.
in the case of like the Caucasian people, they could have their own hairstyle or something that they did like for themselves or something like that, instead of just saying like, oh, they didn't have to do that here, and then they can do anything.
No, they didn't have
Because
to.
it's a two-edged sword. Because what happens then is like, okay, for example, now like in my own school now, like I went to like a police school, like a military school. So
Mhm.
they were very, very strict. It was rules on everything, but
Yeah.
still there was favoritism, especially when people get to be seniors and like they're about to go, then they kind of start looking at them like, oh, they don't need to do this, they don't need to do that.
Mm.
And what that causes is that it just kind of starts flowing down from the
Mhm.
seniors down to like the sophomores, down to like the freshmen. And then you start losing control of everything. So making an allowance, especially an unnecessary allowance without its own regulation in one part,
Mhm.
will lead to abuse of that allowance on the other part.
I no, I understand. I agree,
Yeah,
but what I was even thinking with alopecia is kind of different because especially when we think about how much bullying goes on,
right,
and
right.
you know that this alopecia is a prime bullying,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bullies are going to come out, and this
yeah.
is not a boy that
It's a
could like
lady too.
cut off all his hair, and even cutting off all his hair, like if you, my son, you can never cut off all his hair. Like that's one
Right,
of his worst fears. He's like,
right,
no, I would never, and that's a boy. So I
right.
can't imagine. I think the girl is like 11 or
Oh
something like
man.
that,
Is it
and
here or
not here. And then
so they have to
the
wear like a
school,
cap?
she wants to wear a cap, but they're like she cannot wear a cap. You
Ah,
have to
what's
leave
going
your
on?
head
It's just
exactly.
cap now.
It's
Wait,
just cap,
is it like
right?
a inner city school that someone can carry gun inside cap?
No, 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 no,
Because
no,
I'm confused. It's
no.
just cap now.
No, it's just, this is the rule. And I get rules, like rules are necessary, especially with, kids, because, kids will be kids. But I'm just like, you cannot, just in life, people's situations are different, you
Yeah, you should
know?
be able to make allowances. I mean, the allowances should still be under restrictions, which was I'm saying, but still, like, not to the
Yeah,
case of not being able to, take like get rid of a cap
yeah.
for one
Mm-hmm.
person. Let's say it's
For
even more
one
than one
person.
person. It's just cap. Is there more to this story that I don't know about?
No, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it and we don't know. Who knows, right?
Do they have
In my
uniforms?
uni,
Uh-huh.
not to my knowledge. In my uni, um, at a point you weren't allowed to wear caps because the lecturers wanted to be able to see
Oh, their
faces,
faces.
and then Jesse said he went to this boarding school near a forest.
All boarding schools are near forest. I don't know. My boarding
No,
school
my
was
boarding
safer
school
near.
was in the middle of the city. What are you
I said
talking
you
about?
went
Like
to
the
which boarding
middle?
school? You did not go to boarding
No, no,
school.
I went to a girls' school, so I'm not really sure that they would put a girls' school in the middle of the forest.
JJ,
That
JJ,
would
the
not be.
building did not go to the same boarding school that me and you went to. You know,
No, it's different. No, no, it's different. It's different. But at this yes, for us it was a security issue because we had a lot of cultist activity. People used to
yeah,
get shot, all of that stuff. So if the person wore a cap, they could just slip in, do something bad, and slip out. They wouldn't
yeah,
be able to
slip out
identify them.
your
That was
face. Yeah.
why. So that was why it was, you couldn't wear, at a point, you couldn't even wear dark shades because if you wore dark shades, it would be like, are you here to do something bad, right?
I
So
mean,
that
one
was
of those
an
ones that
issue.
I've understood is it's kind of what I'm asking. Like, what is the biggest story? Is like, is this thing that why can't they wear caps? Number one, if it's like the same thing
Uh-huh.
like in your school now, then they might not be able to make allowances in that sense because it is for security reasons and it's for the safety of the school themselves. And this can
Yeah.
even be detrimental to the kid because if something happens there, they'll say, "Oh, the person that came in." wore a cap, and they're like, "Oh, there's only one
Mhm.
person that wears a cap in this school," and then they mention her name, and now she's in trouble for something that she doesn't even know anything about. So I do understand that, but I think there should just be restrictions to it. For example, they can say like, "Oh, wear this cap that has our school badge on it,"
Mhm.
wear this cap that like has this certain color, for example. So yeah, I think that's the way to go instead of just saying outrightly no, or make a provision where the kid is not being cannot be bullied. Which, as I say,
Yeah, I'm even
it's not
seeing
gonna
that
work.
she doesn't even have alopecia. She has something that is called chronic recurrent multifocal osteomyelitis. So it's a bone
Something about
condition.
mission, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I forgot that this is your thing,
Oh, it's not my thing,
right?
but osteo is born.
Yeah, no, of course it's not your thing, but you're like in the medical,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. So anyway, so people are saying, let her be able to wear a wig at least, and maybe if she wears a wig, then that can end the issue. So let's move on. Let's move on from this. And then we're going to like the major thing for the day.
For the
I've
day.
been waiting to get to this.
Me too, actually.
Jesse's saying, and also come to think of it, it's not always the school's fault. It's the school board's law. That's true. They make laws that have been there for like years. That is so, what he said is so true.
It's true, but the school still has some sort of like a way to kind of bend the rules and stuff like that to their own good and stuff. If one,
Or
if
at least, or at least maybe.
yeah,
Mhm.
if like a celebrity's kid is coming to the school and they want to wear a cap now, they will let the celebrity's kid wear a cap. Let's say the truth. So
I know, yeah, but most likely, right? Even if the kid, it's almost like I feel like the schools that celebrity kids would go are schools
mhm.
that already know that they can't try some of this nonsense with them.
That's what
They
I'm
already know.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So wherever the board laws or anything, if you know what, this is a good example. Dietary restrictions.
Hmm.
I didn't go to school yet, so I don't have like a lunch lady or anything. But back home, whatever dietary restrictions you had, you better know that you are not eating that day. And that's it. Period. Because in boarding school they give you like,
Period.
breakfast, lunch and dinner. So
Yeah.
let's say you don't eat like beans, for example, now, or like you don't eat any soup that draws. You
Hmm.
already know that that day you are either going to drink gari and go to bed easily and thoroughly. That's what you
Or
know
you,
for
or
the
you, or you would get a day student to help you buy stuff.
my school is even like full boarding, so like you're done.
Oh, because you're in the forest. Because
Yeah,
who would be
yeah,
going to,
because
who
me and
would be
Jesse
a
were in
day
the forest.
student to the forest?
No,
You were just in the
we were
forest.
in the deep, deep jungle. So
Are you
in
sure
cases
you
like
guys? Are you sure
this,
you
I'm telling
guys?
you, this explains everything that you see about me. All
It's
the
like,
craziness. This is where it comes
no,
from.
no, you're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you, and Jesse too. There's nothing wrong with him. Okay, so let's move on, right? So
All
this
right, all right.
next topic,
You are really
I
excited
cannot wait.
about this.
I am very excited. Because I'm very passionate about this topic, and
Right.
whenever I bring it up, right?
I've never heard your point of view about this topic though.
Whenever I bring it up, people are always like, we disagree. So I'm going to play a video. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
share a video, and then we'll just talk about it as it goes on.
Right.
Hold on, guys.
9 to 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's as entrepreneurs.
Uh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Do it for you. Oh, I like the new plaque behind you.
You do?
Yeah,
I
do
bought
it
it.
for
I
you.
bought it somewhere, and it's a really good price. I was stunned.
It's really nice.
Okay, so
And a consultant for If you're doing online meetings,
Let's go back to the days where YouTube didn't have ads.
No.
Artist. Okay.
The
Yeah,
thing
I agree.
is, I agree. But whether everyone can is also kind of the question as well. I do feel like there's certain people in life that I don't know if they're supposed to lead certain things. I don't know if they're supposed to be the originator.
So guys, just to give context, shout out to Make It Common, and just to give context, this ladies are talking about, you know, they're talking about must everyone have a 9 to 5? Is a 9 to 5 something that everyone should have? So that's kind of what brought up this topic.
Of creating certain things like a business. That's why I was a bit like, So no. My name is Tosin, Tos Tai. I'm a producer, content creator. But I like the sentiment behind it that everybody should have another stream of income. I got to agree on that one. That's why I sat down.
Yeah, I completely agree because I think even if it's not a business, at least an investment in a house, like your 9 to 5 cannot sustain you. I think we need to move into building legacy for our children. So your side hustle can be having a house, investing in stocks or something. My name is Victoria. I'm the CEO and founder of Cinema Snacks. When your job goes, you're literally left with nothing. So yeah, I definitely agree.
I think that
Okay, so thoughts? And guys, if you're watching, let's know your thoughts. Do you think, and of course, click the thumbs up button, please. And don't forget to subscribe. I love comments. I'm passionate about comments. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the issue, Jem? Do you think everyone should have a side hustle as well as a 9 to 5?
So, this is a discussion that myself and the beautiful Onyin Consola we've had a couple of times, and I think we see eye to eye on this one that not everybody has to have a side hustle, and not everybody
Mm-hmm.
has to have a 9 to 5. It's the same way. The same way you're saying, I believe in my mind, is the same way you're saying, oh, everybody should have a side hustle or everybody should be an entrepreneur. The same way
Mm-hmm.
is like saying, no, everybody should be a 9 to 5. It doesn't work
Mm-hmm.
like that. You shouldn't. Nobody should. We're
Have to
kind
be
of
anything.
Yeah, we're kind of projecting on people, and this. Some people enjoy doing 9 to 5. Matter of fact, some people's job can only be 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. The kind of jobs that they have.
The kind of jobs that they have. I work in a
Mm-hmm.
lab and I work with PIs and their neurosurgeons and stuff like that. And but I do understand, but I'm getting there. But what I'm trying to say is like, for example, a doctor cannot have a side job. If you're a neurosurgeon, dude, you are
A
in
surgeon, no. A
you
doctor,
are
yes, but a
a
surgeon,
doctor,
no.
but a surgeon, no. I work mostly with surgeons, neurosurgeons for that matter. They don't do anything else. Some of them barely have families. And not like you
Mm-hmm.
can have families and things like that, but like some of them barely have families. So before they have families, they're like super old and they've made it, and they're like, thing, and the hustle is no longer there. So like the
Mm-hmm.
only time they have left is just for their family and stuff like that. Talk less of
Mm-hmm.
having a 9 to 5. Talk less of being able to chase a passion. Like, bruh, it's too much. We can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So some people can actually. That's just my own personal experience. So many other like, what's it called? Fields like that. If a contractor, for example, like you work all day, because as most of them do, maybe if you don't have even if you don't have like a project that you're working on right now, won't you rest? Won't you plan for
Mm-hmm.
the other project that you have? So some
And that.
people can
Mm-hmm.
actually physically do that. Number
Mm-hmm.
one. Number two, some people's 9 to 5 pay them very, very well.
Bank.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if some people's 9 to 5 is designed in the way that if they lost their job in one place, so long as they don't lose their license, they can get
Mm-hmm.
a job
In
within
another
the
place.
next month. And as you have a good 9 to 5, you should also have a savings that can be able to cover you when
Period.
you are not working or if suddenly you are out
Mm-hmm.
of job.
Mm-hmm.
Some people through the past panoramic
Panama.
Pandora, wherever we are calling it,
Pandemic. Pandemic.
Their savings was able to cover them for the first 6 months. Some people for the entire thing that they had. They're like their savings were able to
Mm.
cover them apart from all the palliative and everything that the government
Palliative.
that the government gave out. So to that
Mm.
effect, you can't say like so a 9 to 5 should be an entrepreneur. At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
this is the beautiful Nikosala that shall speak her mind right now. So
Speak
at
it.
the same time, you can say like someone that is an entrepreneur that all they know how to do is business should go for a 9 to 5. For them to go for a 9 to 5 would be a betrayal of who they are. Which brings me to the side that I also know about is being in the music industry and being if you really want to be prolific in the music industry, if you really want to like make it early too. It's
Mm-hmm.
while you're still living with your parents, while you don't have things to do. And
Mm-hmm.
this is not like the formula, obviously. There are people that
Yeah, there are people that will make it in their 50s.
I'm
Like,
doing 9 to 5 and I'm also doing,
yeah, music.
doing my music too. So but if you really, really want to get a head start, go ahead on it. You need to learn to be an entrepreneur, and
Mm-hmm.
then you kind of need to be able to just focus on your music and do your passion. Same thing goes for business. If you're passionate, I believe you're passionate about business, passionate about making wigs, passionate about like fashion line, for example, like you need to be on it constantly. You need to be chatting with customers and be on top of it. And today I heard someone that has been doing YouTube since they were 17,
Mm.
and he said that's all that he has ever done. He's never gotten an actual job.
Mm. Because
That's all
because
he has
if
ever
he
done.
because if he has monetized it, why not? And
Why
then he
not?
has the and then he has been how old is he now?
I'm not sure, but I think is maybe like 20 and something like that. He has like a wife now, I'm sure, so he's probably
Okay,
older.
then he's probably grown, you know. So, but what we even have to think about is if he was a nurse, right, or he was an IT guy, right, and he had been working on that job from 17 on his resume, that's experience.
That's
So this dude,
experience.
yeah, so this dude you're talking about, he has built YouTube experience, right? And not just YouTube experience, he has built community building experience, because that's what YouTube is. You're
Social
building
networking
community, you're
experience.
building networking experience, you're building, you probably have editing skills, you probably have filming skills, you have guys, help me in the comments, let's
He
go.
probably can sell merch. He probably
You're a
can.
marketer, you're selling merch,
Exactly. And he plays bass, so he's
everything.
also a bass
Excuse
player
me, help me.
without his
He
YouTube
probably
business.
does his own music. He probably
Right.
sells his own like tracks. He's doing his own thing. And then for him to only be doing YouTube, it means he has monetized it. He's able to eat from it.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, my thoughts right on the subject, like, must we all have side hustles? This is what I'm going to say, and I'm coming from a woman's perspective, right, and a mom. So I feel like we need to be careful how we put people under pressure
And in boxes.
to do and in boxes to do things. If they want to do it, fine. But saying you think everybody should. And look, I've been laid off before. I know what that's like. It's scary. And I know this whole thing started to really snowball after the recession in '08.
Yeah.
And people lost their jobs. And it started to click to them that, wow, I was working somewhere for 17 years. They didn't even blink. They just tossed me out. And getting laid off, that's the feeling. It's almost like you feel betrayed. Like, I've given you everything. That job I got laid off from, this was years ago. I remember days that we slept at the office. I'm not joking. I
Mm,
remember days like that. And so
mm,
when everything happened, was like, are you kidding me?
mm,
I basically gave you my life's blood.
mm,
But looking at it now, it's business. Business
mm,
is business, right? But
mm.
I feel like that triggered a fear in people. And they
True.
started to be like, I can't have only one job. I have to
Yeah.
be able to take care of my parents or my family or my kids or whatever,
Mm.
right? But one thing to consider, we need to be careful. Some people, their health isn't built for
Mental
doing
stress.
no, let's even leave mental
Oh
health. Let's leave
man.
they even physically,
Physical health too.
their physical situation,
Wow.
they are not cut out for that. And then there's that, right? There's some people that they sleep, they need to sleep. And let me not lie to you, I have a 9 to 5 and I do YouTube.
Mm.
I'm building a community, the Immigrate Life. You guys need to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list on the site. But I
Your
know
mom,
what
your
that.
wife,
I know, mom. I
which is
know what.
two
And that,
full
no,
jobs
listen,
on your
I'm even talking about what people consider to be work,
right. I
because
consider that to be work. Though.
usually people don't understand what a job, what kind of a job it is to
Mm,
have a family. But
mm,
let's just even talk about the things that they pay you for.
right.
As a mom and a wife, you're being paid in love. It's like,
Who
you might
cares,
not
man?
get to you might not
My
get to
kids
the
need to
bank.
be paying me, bro. Like,
You might not get to the bank, eh? No,
right,
but on the kid and the wife front,
right.
you're being paid in such a wonderful way that I cannot even describe. That's legacy right there. So
Mhm.
it's even another thing, but maybe we'll start monetizing it
You people need
at
to.
some point.
You
We'll
need
start
to.
monetizing. But anyway, and I know that there's sometimes that it even affects my mood.
Mm,
Just been having to do both things. There are times
mm,
that it affects my mood. There are times that I have to take time off one to be able to
mm,
sort out the other.
mm,
There's all of that. That's even, and if I don't do that, it affects my physical health.
mm,
You know that, right?
yeah, yeah. I know,
You've
I know,
seen that happen
I
to me
know.
before, and then I have to just shut everything down. Everything
Right,
suffers
right.
because of that. There's that aspect. There's the mental health aspect that you mentioned.
Mm.
Haven't you seen some YouTubers how they would somehow spiral? They
Take
would do
breaks
something
and things like
really.
that. Yeah,
They'll have breakdowns. No,
yeah.
I'm not even talking about the ones that have breaks.
I have
Have you
breakdowns
seen
too.
the
Yeah,
ones?
I've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I read about those too.
And people, when that happens, people are not thinking about how much content these people are churning.
Yeah.
They're just like canceled. They're canceled. I'm not
Mm.
saying don't cancel people. No, that's on you. I'm just saying all of this, it takes a toll. So when we're telling people you must have a side hustle, we need to be careful. I noticed that the people saying you must have a side hustle, they have businesses.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
saw that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
So
it's usually, I think it's usually like the way it goes. I think before, so everything is a trend and everything flows from somewhere. Is the
mhm.
sense of like
Hey
before this,
Henry.
before
Mhm.
this, it was the push to be a professional. You must be a professional by force. Something. Go to
And you
school.
must go back to college. You must get your
Yeah,
master's degree. Then
yeah,
it even became you. Then with us in the community, in the immigrant community, it became you must get your PhD.
yes, yes,
And then
yes.
after that PhD, you must. It's like, calm down.
Exactly. I think the comment section is like really really active. You want to read some of it before we go forward?
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think what Dorcas said. I'm trying to see. Okay, so Dorcas said, you can't outgrow your master, and no boss will pay you to be more like him. If you dream to become a boss yourself, you should start practicing and doing some side job.
Oh, so
So
she
she is
disagrees with
coming.
us.
No, so she is no, no. I'm not even disagreeing with her. What I'm
I
just saying
understand. I
is
understand what she's saying. I understand.
not everyone, because the last thing that you want is to end up trying to make money and then ending up with some kind of very bad illness. We've seen it happen to people before,
Oh, trying to go into
right?
crypto and then crypto crash.
You guys are too smug about this crypto issue. Tomorrow you wake up, the crypto will be so
You can go to
um,
heaven for all that I care
you
for.
are not. You guys are beat up. Oh, you guys are
I'm bitter.
petty.
I'm bitter. I'm bitter. I did not join it in
Okay,
time.
so Liz said, shout out to Liz. She's been on the show before. She always brings great energy. Her response to Dorcas is, I agree with you to an extent. There are people that are doctors, lawyers, accountants, and so many other 9 to 5ers that are making serious money. That generational wealth can be built. And I have to say, this is true. There are people making serious bank with just their jobs. The issue is this: there are skills, and then there are really specialized skills,
Mm,
right? And
mm.
if you can take time and go through the sacrifice to get those skills, you can also work the jobs that help you make back. I think the biggest issue is, how well are we even managing money?
That's what I'm
Because we've
saying.
heard of people who are making 400K, right?
And there's
and
nothing to show
then
for it, right?
and then there's nothing to show for it, because, and I think a part of it, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
In the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said our parents, our parents. Henry, what do you mean by our parents? Clarify for us. So in our community, right? We when the higher our pay is, the
Mm,
more responsibility we feel like we have to carry on. And
true.
it's the way we've been conditioned, it's how we've
True.
been taught. That's part of the point of coming to another country, so
True.
you can kind of help other people who are not
True.
in your situation.
Yeah.
But but at the same time, it also means that sometimes we don't manage our money in the right way, trying to please so many people, being
Yeah.
unable to tell people, you know what, this thing you want to do, can you wait 6 months? I want to do something with this money, but give me 6 months, I will
Mm,
help you. Or
mm,
being able to kind of stagger. I know
yeah.
sometimes it's not that easy because life can depend on it.
Mm,
A cousin calls you and says, they're going to kick me out of school if I don't pay 400
mm,
K in their currency. Please
mm,
help me. And you're
mm,
now struggling to look for that money. There are those
mm,
situations,
mm,
but then even apart from that, because those situations they vary, right?
mm,
Even
mm.
apart from that, we are expected that, oh, if you're a doctor, you're a surgeon, you will be driving a regular car. People will be like, you're driving this kind of car, and you're
You need
more
to
than
kind of
this.
show off money. Yeah. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
So in this matter, my conclusion has always been Onyeka is a
No,
fan
real
of
real
getting a
talk.
financial
No, real
advisor. You should.
real talk. I agree.
You should. The sense of this of it is that whether you're an entrepreneur or not, first of all, there are horrible entrepreneurs that run businesses to the ground. That's their professional hobby. They know how to just destroy businesses. But everybody, on whatever side of the discussion you fall on, the one thing that
Mm-hmm.
I think we all can agree on is that everybody should have an entrepreneurial
Okay.
mindset.
Mm-hmm. My friend Henry
Yeah,
is clarifying. He said, our parents insisting that we be professional, we turn out to be
true, true,
professionals
true.
is also, a thing. And so I know Henry personally. He has a documentary. It's called Marked. It's this really beautiful, poignant. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that properly. Very just crazy, mind blowing documentary.
Mm,
It's about scarification in our culture and marks,
mm.
right? And he's a journalist, he's a storyteller, he films, he does all of this stuff, and he's
Wow,
done them on like really professional levels, like
wow.
big things before. And I know I kind of feel what he's saying, because when he's talking about our parents insisting that we turn out to be professionals, it's actually that they're doing that because they've seen people who try to do the side hustle, of course, in their own time, and it didn't end up like. And
Well,
so
and things like that.
they in their minds, they're looking out for you. They're
Yeah,
like, if anything happens, what's going to happen to you? I want you to be okay, right?
exactly,
Because
exactly.
they know they're not going to be they're not going to be working past 65, 60 years old, and
And they
then
can't
it's
be
on
here
you.
forever, and they want you to be
And
good.
they can't be here forever. They want you to be good, right? But sometimes that fear, it holds us back.
Mm,
You know in your heart, you have some kind of talent, and if only you would learn it and take your time and become this thing, right? you
mm.
will you will blow, as we
Right.
say. You know that, but you can't really explain it to them because they don't see it like that.
That way.
So
True. True.
I definitely I definitely understand what he's saying. But what are your thoughts
Absolutely.
on Dolo, what are your thoughts on people who no what are your thoughts on, you know before, how it used to be was, you start taking small jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You might even take them as like freelance. For
Mm-hmm.
some, you might even take little or no pay while you're
Mm-hmm.
building what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You're like building your skill, you're building your portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
You would start like that, then you start taking freelance jobs where you're not charging like part flame. You're just
Mm-hmm.
charging like bit by bit. And
Yeah.
then from there you start to look at how much you're worth, what your rates are. It used to be,
Yeah. Progressive
step by
like that.
step, but
Yeah.
now it doesn't feel like that. Is it just me?
Maybe you're right. I'm actually in this exact same place. I am.
Did you see what Jesse wrote? Just see what
Sometimes when the
Jesse
family is doing too much, they think because when it's America, they are now millionaires. They should come and
So,
partner.
so, so Jesse, what if you're living in a state that there's no snow,
There's no snow in
or you live in
here.
a country where there's no snow? What would be your excuse?
What's your excuse then, right?
What's
And
your excuse?
how many months in the year do we have snow though?
Nah, those months they're not all through the year, but they feel like
The
it's all
heat.
through the year. So I
The heat.
can't really. Yeah. So what
Anyways,
do you think? Do you
maybe it
think
is like that right
I feel
now.
like there's so many people doing things out there that they haven't got the skills to really do. But then they're charging like crazy money because everybody's like, value your value.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But so again, go back to what I'm saying is the essence of like
And I'm not
whatever
saying people should not value their value.
you should
Sorry.
value your value. You should value your
Value your
value.
value,
And
but
I will speak
but are
from
you but are you really as valuable as
are
what
you
you're
up to
charging?
the
What I'm
value that
saying.
you are valuing
Are you up
yourself
to the
as?
value?
Again, crypto. Do you know the value of crypto? Elon Musk says
Same
something, crypto
now.
fall down like the wall of Jericho. What is going on?
No,
Yeah,
but
tangent,
you can't.
tangent,
Anyway, just let's go on.
tangent. Anyways, what I'm saying in essence is that like everybody should have an entrepreneurial mindset. Have the mindset of growth. That is
Yes.
basically what an entrepreneurial mindset is. Is the essence of
Mhm.
like you reach a level, you are like, this is not my cap. I need to move on. You move up.
Mhm.
You reach a
Yep.
level. That is what the best
Yep.
entrepreneurs do. Whether you're in a nine
Yep.
to five, and that is how you become indispensable to a community. And this is not
Mhm.
even only job in whatever you are doing. If you're in a job that is a 9 to 5, try to attain the sense of there's more to this. If you have this thing, get
So
savings. If you have something, get 401k. It's like crypto that hot. This
he's
is like
bitter. He's a bitter guy. His friends. I'm sure you had friends that were like, I bought some crypto, and then I've made so much a bank, and you were like,
me, Abby. No, no,
yes.
I'm actually too lazy to do crypto. That's the truth behind it.
Are you shoveling the crypto? Which one is doing? Are you
No, I
using
think
up
you
for
have
you?
to like monitor it and things like that. I'm not about that life, unfortunately.
Okay,
I
no
have to
problem.
I have to watch movies. Anyways, so what I'm saying in essence is that the
But
entrepreneurial mindset is the
mhm.
I'm sorry, that's my helicopter is coming to come and pick me up. I have a meeting with DJ
I
Khalid.
think there's something good. There's something going down in your neighborhood today.
No, it's
We've
my
heard bikes, we've heard trucks, we've heard
the,
helicopter
the
now.
bikes is my the
Hey,
people that serenade me, and this the chopper is coming to pick me. That's my
is that a dog too?
yeah, that's my guard dog. It's trying to alert me of the distance. So
Wow.
we need to, all right, I'm done. So the another minute that's giving them the audacity. Anyways,
Yeah,
people are really angry and passionate
people
about
are
this
vexed.
topic, man.
People are vexed.
So what I want to say
Oh my gosh.
for me,
Mm,
and thanks to people like you and people that like believe in whatever vision that I'm trying to put together. I do have a 9 to 5. I do have not side businesses, but there are things that I really love doing. And I'm like, why? I've been doing them for free for like 5, 6 years. So I'm like, why not just make money off of it? That's the only
yeah.
reason why I'm kind of doing them. So
Mhm.
and they pay good too. It's a sense of for me the progress is always there and it's always in mind. And I have people like friends and people like Liz that keep reminding me to not to undervalue myself because I tend to do that personally. But
Mhm.
I currently do music and videography events, documentaries, whatever, movies and whatever. But it all started from where did it start from? I used to be an actor, like a local actor, act at churches, act on like small stages and things like that. That's where it started from. So from there, my church got more into social media and like making short skits and short videos. I got into that. From there, the next thing was that I got into being behind the scenes, that is shooting, I mean, making the video shoots, directing and producing, and then next thing I got into editing. And then from editing, I'm like, you know what, I can make something off of this. And then I just put two and two together. And then I started making it. And from the first part, the charge was almost nothing. I would just make music videos or like dance videos for like my friends and things like that and edit it. That's how I got better. Because no matter how good your first job is, it cannot be your best job or it should not be your best job. Because even if your first job is the magnum opus, is the best thing that anybody has ever seen, if your next job is less lesser in quality to your first job, then something is wrong.
You're only as good as your last job.
You're only as good as your last job. So in that essence, your first job should not be like charging like the world for it. It should be proportionate because you know that, all right, this is the thing I can deliver, this is the kind of gear I have, and that is should be the progress. But I do understand what you're saying. Like people are coming out here in music and whatever, in anything, they're coming out here shouting that, oh, I'm the best at this, but you just started yesterday. What's going on?
Some people
So
would argue and say they can be the best, but they just started.
like,
As
yeah,
I said, value your value.
value your value, estimate yourself, arrange
Yeah,
it by
no,
yourself.
and rate yourself and then add tax, and that's what they're doing. They're like, I'm all that, and then they added tax on it. They're like, I'm the best.
Most of these people, they don't even pay
Period.
tax on their
Please don't let
business
it
or
be on
anything.
this. Don't let it be here that they will be outed. Let
Okay,
them,
it's okay.
let them. Then
So,
let's not even collect about it. Let's not talk about whether they've collected PPP loan on it. Let's just leave them. Let's just leave them.
so it's in a sense of like, of course you do want to get your value, of course you do want to know yourself, of course you do want to take care of these things, and please, I need to send my resume to you. Of course you do want
Like
to
send it.
of course you do want to do all these things, but it's always a progress. You should always
Hmm.
aim to go. I
Keep
sent my resume,
going.
yes, I sent my resume to someone today, and the first thing the person said was like, wow, this is impressive, because like i've
Oh,
I've
this is
put in
so good. I love it.
I've yeah, exactly what I
He
was
said my
gonna.
first photography job was $0, and I was angry, but I wasn't worth more than $0.
Yeah,
Your work wasn't worth more than. I'm glad I wasn't paid for it. And he has this laughter emoji. And some people would be like, no, you
it's
spent time,
true.
you
It's
spent
true.
you used energy to carry the camera. People will say what they're going to say, but this is what I'm going to say, right? And I've experienced it myself. I'm not
Mm,
even talking about skills now. There are things I'm good at, but
mm,
then I tried monetizing and I did not enjoy it.
yeah, yeah.
And I said, I don't enjoy doing this as a business.
Mm,
And some people would say, just force it, but I know that because I have so much going on,
mm.
none of it can really be
You
forced.
won't be able to devote the time that you actually
I
want to
won't
devote
be
to into it.
I won't be able to because it just is what it is. I really, it's important that we find the things that we love and all of that. And then I also want to say this, right? If your side hustle is going to get you to a point where it's distracting you from your 9 to 5, and you know that your 9 to 5 is what is feeding you, calm down.
Wash it.
Calm down. This life, this life is not it's
Unless you want
not
to
a
chop
sponsor.
breakfast.
Ex- Oh
You need to
Lord,
be careful.
you don't want to move back in with your parents. Africans know what I'm talking about because
I know.
African parents, there is no adult children to
I
them. A
know.
child is a child. They will still call you from upstairs. Say, hey, come and help me pick this remote, even if you are 40 years old.
Yeah, they will
So
drag you.
they will drag you. And every friend's child that they see that gets PhD, they will
They
tell
will
you,
call you
have you?
to.
Hey, Jem, have you seen Lola just got her PhD. Have you seen her? So
So many much of it. So I
yeah.
think in essence, it's kind of like, just do what you want to do in your heart,
Mm,
and of course, have a plan for your life. In terms of this legacy thing that they talked about in the video, the legacy in itself is not. I don't know why people think like legacy is giving a business to your kids. Some of these kids don't even want to do the business that you're doing. They're not interested
yeah,
in it. They don't
that's
even
true.
have the talent for it. They get
They,
frustrated by
I
that.
feel like they might even still they might end up seeing it as something they can do. But if you sell it to them as something that is by force,
Then you take that mind off of it.
you have to somehow foster a love for it in their minds.
True,
It's just
true,
also it's the same thing with African culture. You cannot
true,
force a child to like the culture.
true,
You have
true,
to
true.
find a way to make the culture fun
Appealing, yeah,
and
to the child, yeah,
valuable. If
yeah.
not, these children,
They won't
they
take
just
it.
look at you like,
Exactly, and I think that's what the legacy thing is. It's not a thing of. It's not a thing of, oh, what's the business they are leaving. there's this talk show host that I know. His name is Conan O'Brien. His dad and I think his mom, I'm not sure. We are both microbiologists, and but still, when he talks about them, he says like what he learned from them is a sense of being able to go hard, being able to just keep going. That is the legacy. You are
Yep.
living a legacy of hard working.
That's
The legacy that my
that.
mom
Yeah.
has left for me, apart from anything else in this world, is not the fact that she's an entrepreneur. It's not the fact that she has done almost every business in this world that there is to do. She has sold almost.
I can. So you say what you think the legacy she has left for you is, and then I'll say what I think the legacy your mom has left is.
Oh,
You
really?
say what you think, and then I'll say yeah.
I
They don't
I
have to
think
be the same.
I
They
know they don't
don't
have
have
to
to
be
be the
so, but
same.
I'm quite interested to know what
But
it is.
and then guys, if you're watching, leave a comment like what's a legacy just based on what we're talking about right now. What is one thing, you feel like you really learned from any of your parents or somebody who raised you and you think it's kind of helping you right now?
Mm. So the legacy that I want to say is washing dishes. I'm just kidding. No, 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 no. It's not washing dishes. It's not washing dishes. I think the washing dishes is the legacy for any immigrant. Just we does this anyway. So for me, I think it's
Washing
faith.
dishes by hand,
Washing
by
dishes by
hand.
hand,
Let's
not by
let's make
dishwasher.
that very clear. But anyway, let's continue.
For me, I think it's faith. The legacy that I think my parents have left for me is faith. No matter how hard, no matter how much I try to run from it is the sense of like I always end up coming back to my faith, which is God, and being a Christian. It's ingrained
Period.
in me. That is the legacy that it given me. And in that faith, there's been hard working in it. There's doing the best you can wherever you are. There's a sense of excellence in it. So it's a sense some people, it's not fit
It's
for them.
all there.
Yeah, some people it's been hard
All
working
there.
for them. For some people it's been nice. It's just been, so that is really legacy. It's not the job that
Yeah.
you're doing, whether it's 9 to 5 or
Yeah.
not. And
Um
what was
no,
the
go on.
I
I
want to hear
think a
the
legacy. I know Jem's mom personally. In fact, I was at an Owambe recently, and we were like dancing.
oh I didn't see
I
this.
was behind her. Your mom and your dad, they were like giving us like serious KSA steps. Shout out to KSA. They were giving me like
I love
really
KSA.
dope KSA steps. So yeah, I know her personally, and I feel like our culture, the majority of African culture is very ageist.
Mm,
Oh, you're too old to do this.
mm,
To koja age now.
mm,
No,
mm,
are you just going to start this at your age? No, leave it for
mm,
the younger ones.
mm,
Super ageist. I've never seen anyone as unageist as your mom.
mm. You know what? Yeah.
She'll never say this is beneath me.
All right. Let me
No, I'm too old
let me
for that. Mommy, do you want to be part of our skits? She's there. Do you
true,
do,
true,
do you want
true,
to help
true,
us hold the camera? We need someone to help us hold the camera.
true,
Her
true.
own is it going to somehow spread the gospel and the good news? Yes,
I'm
I'm
gonna
there.
edit this and
Period.
send this to her. She's
No,
gonna
but
really,
that's
really
that's
appreciate
her. I
this.
feel like that's legacy, and that is major legacy because if
Mm,
you have a mom who is doing that, you could be 50 and wake up and say, you know what, I want to try, building a house for
mm,
my a playhouse. You could try
mm,
anything.
man.
Imagine that versus growing up with somebody who would say, "No,
Mm,
I'm too old for that."
mm, mm,
Or no, Jem, you're already 18. You're now too
mm,
old. Just
mm,
stick to the lab work. Stick
mm,
to your medical stuff. Imagine if that was what, and that's unfortunately that's the struggle that people are having to deal with. That's who
mm.
yeah.
This thing I
So
said is so true. So true. Mom will do so if it's to promote the gospel, she will do anything. She currently started like
anything.
she started currently like Facebook Live, and she was asking me
Are
and my
you
mother
serious?
like, yeah, she did. She did. She like ministers and then I just prays with people and stuff. She's like, oh,
Oh,
Theolu, how is it that when I do a Facebook Live, people don't see it, they see it after. He said because it's live, mommy. Yeah, I didn't know this too because I'm very horrible with technology. They said, oh, it's because and she's like at the point where she can retire and like she's picking up these things. Yeah, you are
hmm
absolutely, absolutely right. She's very
yeah.
she will
She's
play
not
with
saying.
yeah, she's free with everybody from
Yeah,
wherever you are, from whatever walks of life that you are.
yeah,
You might be
mm,
the biggest person or the smallest person. You're right. You're right. And I see it in me
yeah,
too. But listen, at that,
you had to hype yourself, Sha. You shall throw it there. I see that in me too,
I,
and it's
I
okay. I see it in you. It's
this
true.
is why I see
I
it in
see.
me.
Mm,
The same get together that you're talking about.
okay.
Um, Myself and Elizabeth were sitting with teenagers.
Mhm.
So for the tradition and the white wedding, we're sitting with teenagers. And Elizabeth had said something like, "Oh, we really need to learn to go and be sitting with adults, man." And I'm like, "That's true. We do need to learn because in every get together we do, in everything that we do, we usually end up just chilling with teenagers. I mean,
Mm,
we can chill with adults too, but we end up chilling with teenagers. But what I think that has given us privy to and given us the ability to do is be able to connect with people that really
yeah.
need guidance, people that really need mentorship. The
Mhm.
the trip I just went on, it was mostly teenagers. We are maybe not the oldest, but we're close to being the oldest people there. But just one night after like all the dancing and everything and all the fun and games. We just at a time that we kind of like just sat down and we're just having discussions with this guys and wonderful ladies and just being able to hear how they're feeling and exchange ideas with them. If you're
Yeah.
people that feel like, oh no, we're too big to not, and of course, teenagers will always be teenagers, kids will always be kids, but it's a sense of that's what God is using us to do through the legacy that, like you said,
That
that
you
I've
got.
seen
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
our parents. So you're absolutely right. That's actually really, really true. That's
Yeah.
actually really true.
So the
What legacy did you get from your parents? Can I guess this one?
what?
Is this being like your legacy is just being
You
pretty and
like what?
just being pretty and just being pim and being a
No,
bougie
I
boss.
no, I'm the unbougiest person I know. Like,
No,
oh
like good bougie now.
no, and good and bad. I am not even. But I think from them, it's always I've never had. Ooh, my parents believe in me so much.
Hmm.
Like when I was younger, it used to scare me because I'm like,
How do you believe it's all
why do you
this?
believe? No, I'm serious. Like I
Yeah, mommy, I
I
believe I can fly. Yes, you can, my
no,
child.
but seriously, that especially my dad, that's my dad.
Hmm.
He believes in me so much that when I was younger, it used to scare me because I used to think because that was not what I was seeing. The irony of it was that wasn't the conversation I was seeing outside of my house.
Hmm.
Outside of my house, there was a lot of, oh, in the country we live in, this is impossible.
Hmm.
Or, the economy won't do it. That did not exist inside my house. Inside
Hmm.
my house, it was the opposite. It was always, oh, you could do this easy. And I'm thinking, do what? And that I think that is the legacy I got from my dad. And then for him, he never believed that I was too young
Hmm.
uh to like my thoughts, my opinions always meant something to him.
Hmm.
From when I was like a very little child, he would come home, he would have to make a presentation at work. He would come home, he would make me read his speech. He would practice his speech in front of me. He would read it and ask me what words should I change. I wasn't 8 years old yet,
Hmm.
and that was like common, that was normal,
Hmm.
for us. And I think that really helped me. Every time I joined a school, he would insist join a society that you would have to speak because I know that you're good at this. So just join. He was always pushing me to be a better, you know. And from my mom, definitely hard work. My
Hmm.
mom, no complaints. She's just pushing. Her work ethic is incredible. I've always seen her running to help other people at no
Hmm.
cost. She doesn't care. When it comes to faith, she does not play. And I posted something on Instagram recently. I was like, um, there was a time when we would say something. She'll be like, "No, don't say that. Say this instead." And we used to get
Oh yeah,
mad. Like,
yeah.
can
You
I
can
just
say the
can I just talk
negative.
in peace?
Yeah, you can say the
Can I
negative.
just? And
You
then
can't enter
recently
the
it came
elevator
to
and they'll ask you, "Are you going up or down?" You are not going down in the name
you
of.
will.
Jesus.
oh God, you got it. I'm like, no, I'm going down. No, listen and listen. See why I say I become my parents. See why I say that,
Right.
right? And then recently, King P was telling King C, I'm going to shoot you. You're going down. I was like, you will not go down in the name of Jesus. None of my children will go down. And I was like, in my mind, as I was saying, I was like,
Oh my god.
you
Oh
are
no.
finally
You have
there.
finally become your parents, right?
I've
It's
arrived.
like that Geico commercial, right?
Yes, like that guy. And I'm wearing mom jeans too, so
Oh
I'm
no, so
there. I'm there
you
already.
felt it. So I think
Yes,
that is legacy. It
I
it
think
is
that's legacy.
that's legacy. Not doing not that anything is wrong with doing 9 to 5, doing this or joining both. I do
Do all of
both,
that. Do all of that. Do all
all
of
of
that.
that. But
And it's
don't
yeah, and it's of course I definitely believe in being able to be financially free
true,
enough because you need to be financially free to give your children the kind of base that they need to be who they want to be. That's
true.
one thing. Sometimes not having money, it pushes us to push our children
Mm,
to not do some things. Sometimes, there's also this, and I want to bring that up here, right? We always say Africans in other countries we're like the most educated, we get so many degrees,
mm,
and you see some other groups of people, and they might not even go to college at all. They might
mm,
even drop out of high school. And
mm,
for us, sometimes we're thinking, how hard can it be?
mm.
But don't forget that these people are coming from families with mountains of debt.
Yeah.
I'm not talking, look, debt that you cannot phantom,
Mm,
crazy debt
mm,
in money, then debt in the mind, like what the,
mm,
the kind of exposure they've had, they've
mm.
only been exposed to lack
True,
and
true,
scarcity, and they
true.
don't know anything else. So imagine being like that. You're probably not going to be thinking, let me go get a PhD, let me go
Mm,
get a master's degree. You're
mm,
probably thinking, if anything, let me get my associates and let me get out,
mm,
because you don't want more debt added to what is already existing. That might be
true.
what you're thinking about. And I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm just saying, um, apart from legacy being, what we are passing on in the sense of life lessons, it's also financial.
Mm,
How you make it, I don't know. You might make it a side hustle. You might make it 9 to 5, making good investments that you like roll over very well.
yeah,
I don't know, right? But I think legacy, yes, a big part of it is life lessons, and you know, yeah. If my
yeah,
if my kid decides that he doesn't want to go to college and he wants to become a violin maestro or whatever they call them, some kind of, he wants to join an orchestra and be the best violin player in the world.
mm,
He's probably not going to go to a regular school to do that.
yeah, true.
He might say, "Oh, the best person for me to learn from is in China. He only takes 2 kids in 5 years, and I
Mm,
need to go tomorrow.
mm,
I need money for that,
true,
and I probably will not be able to go borrow it from a friend.
true, true.
So money comes in handy for things like that.
Yeah,
So that's my thought on that
yeah, that's my
that
thought on that
issue.
too.
Okay,
Oh,
so
well, nice. It got
yeah,
deep towards the end.
yeah, it had to.
Yeah,
It had to, because this adult life that we're living,
I'm
bruv.
used to it and I'm tired of it.
What do you mean? You just started.
I know that's
In
what I'm
fact,
saying.
you just
I
started.
don't
Don't
want
be
you guys
tired.
start taking from me, man. You see my eyes like this. No, 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 no.
No, but I think like you, sometimes it does get tiring, but you travel, you still are able to just travel,
True.
go have fun, come back, and I think that's important. Just being able to chill with friends and just with people who love you,
Right, right,
you know.
right.
Yeah. So guys, you guys have been awesome. The comment section has been crazy. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real MVPs.
Yeah, the real
Um,
MVP.
so when so when I started the breakdown, I wanted it to be somewhere that I would chat with guests and we'll talk about like pressing issues, hot topics, and sometimes a topic that's hot to me isn't hot to you. So feel free to DM me on Instagram or send me a message. You can check out the site www.immigrate.life. Send me a message. Tell me what you want us to talk about. if you have my number, you on WhatsApp or something, send me, what you think you want us to talk about. If you have someone that you want to see be a guest, let me know. Send a message. I'll reach out to the person. I'll see what they say. Jem, any last words?
First of all, JC said my grandpa was a pastor. Now my dad is a pastor. Maybe I'll be a pastor. I think that's their legacy.
I did not even see that.
JC, I feel
Yeah.
the same. I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
What, you feel the same way about yourself, or you feel the
Yeah,
same way about him? Which one?
about myself too. Like everybody's just like ministry. So that's where I might end up. It doesn't matter.
Ah,
At this
but
point.
why?
It is what it is.
Yeah, but ministry is not. Ministry can, ministry is life. You can just be in ministry, right?
Yeah. I know. But Jesse,
Yeah, yeah,
I I agree. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody. The comment section was incredibly awesome today. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, thank you for always having me. It's always fun, man. Today was even more, really more
yeah.
fun. I've had a long
Today
day,
was
and
fun.
this was very good. This was very
Thank
good.
you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful night. Don't forget to just click share and share this video, on Facebook, wherever. Just share it on whatever platform you're on. Don't forget to click on the thumbs up button and subscribe. Next week, Tuesday, by God's grace, I will be here with a guest. And I'm not going to tell you who the guest is until the day
Oh.
before, until until the until the day before. Can you stop distracting me with those fingers?
I'm trying to say that this was a guest review on me, you know? Okay,
Okay,
all right,
I
I'm
see
back.
you. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And happy Africa Day.
Happy
Happy
Africa
Africa
Day.
Day. Yes. Happy Africa Day. Good night, guys.